Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Reading the Red Friday. Another lovely sunny day, and we're carrying on our reading in Matthew chapter 7, and we're looking at verse 10. And Jesus, 3 verses in to this story of illustration, continues with another add-on, another inspiration of thought. And we do that sometimes, don't we? We get a revelation of thought to emphasize a point, and then we reintroduce it in a different way. And having invited us to consider whether we would, as a father, give our children a stone instead of bread, he now says in verse 10, or. So that's your add-on. Or, if he asks, that's the son, if the son asks for a fish, he will not give him a snake, will he? So if the son asks for a fish, he will not give him a snake, will he? And Jesus is asking the crowd, the disciples, us then, to ask ourselves the question, will he? What do you think? Will he give him a snake if he asks for a fish? And a fish is there for eating, just like the bread. It's there for the purpose of sustenance. It's there in order to be able to provide a need. It's a representation of provision needed in order to sustain, in order to survive. Just like bread is, so fish is. Jesus once said, man cannot live by bread alone, but by every word. So the bread is the word, and then the fish is the provision. We need more than just bread. We need fish too. And he says this, if the son asks for a fish, meaning provision, a good thing, a need in him that he has during the course of his life, will the father of the son make a provision for him for the fish? Or will he in fact, having asked for fish, give him a snake, a serpent? Will he give him something bad? And the serpent is always perceived as bad in the scriptures. The one that deceived, the one that led astray Adam and Eve way back there in the garden. The one that slides along the ground, hissing along, tempting and luring. Will the father give someone like that, something like that, as an alternative to giving the fish the provision that will bring good? Will the father give the son something bad and evil and wrong and destructive and harmful? And then that little tag on there, that Jesus gets the crowd to make sure that they ask themselves that question. Consider this, reflect on this. Some people think that God doesn't want us to reflect on his word. That's foolishness. He wants us to ask him questions about his word. And in this situation, in this story, Jesus deliberately says to the crowd who are listening to him, will he? Think about it. Will he? Will he do that? And of course, the answer is no. Not if he's a good guy, not if he's a good father. No, he won't do that. And the obvious conclusion is, no, that father, he won't do that. And then he sets us up. And he leaves the crowd hanging before he comes in to the next verse. And I'm going to do the same for you. And I'll see you on Monday morning. Have a great weekend.